Hello everybody, I'm Tom Vassell. Welcome to 10,000 and Below. This is where I go through Board Game Geek and I'm looking at very low rated games. Actually, today we're starting at 15,401. Some of these games might be good, some might be okay, some might be terrible, some I might never have heard of. I just think it's fascinating to look at these games. So here we go. So I always take a look, I don't look at all 100, but I always take a look at the first one. So this Contigo from 1974. Army of Darkness from 1993. That's based on the movie, I'm sure. Right turn, left turn. No game over. So the very first four games, we're going to look at all of them. So here we have Contigo. This is from 1974. It looks like an abstract strategy game where the cover here looks like the guy is moving traffic cones. And lo and behold, that is what they look like. Interesting. Let's see the description. It's in the 3M Bookshelf series. So this is the same series that had Acquire and things like that. It's a cross between Mancala and Checkers. 4 players. Doesn't look great. But I do think it's neat that the box opens like that. That's the box opening and becoming a game. All right. Then we have Army of Darkness, which has, I think that's pretty much the same cover as the movie itself. And they're definitely using screenshots from the movie, so that's not great. David Mackenzie, this is from Leading Edge, 1993. What else has David Mackenzie done? Aliens and Bram Stoker's Dracula, the board game. Okay. Recreates the battle for Arthur's castle at the end of the film. The Deadites are coming over. And I guess if you wear a necktie, right, you can fight better. All right. I guess it's not that great of a game that it's this low down. But I guess if you loved Army of Darkness, you probably got it. Right turn, left turn. This is just basically a game in which... Okay, well, these are not the English cards. There you go. Basically, you start at that. You go 4 to the left, 1 to the right, 3 to the left. What card is it? That's the sort of game it is. It just helps kids with the right and left so that they don't have to quick do this and go, L is left, like some adults have to do even when they're 43. No game over. This is from 2016. It's an easy game inspired by the world of video games. You start a level, you survive, other players die. So this looks like it is essentially, well, that's definitely Sephiroth there. And I see Pokemon on the cover, Crash Bandicoot, Mario, Link, whatever those little pip things. So a lot of different characters that we know from board games. There's the Metroid things. Bowser. Yeah, I don't know if the game's any good. Warsio. Wow, they came really close with the names on these. I don't know if I like that. I think I'd rather them be a little bit more obscure. Well, 103 people, but not rated very well. Alrighty, let's jump down here to Port of Piraeus, which I gave a 2 to back in 2016. Globalization. Kids on Stage, which I gave a 3 to. And Little Dungeon Turtle Rock. All right, Port of Piraeus. This is an economic... Oh, yes, I do remember this game. I remember where I played it for the first time. This is an economic game, and you're moving these things along here. Really bad components, and it's just so lucky. I really, really hated this game, unfortunately. Globalization brings the exciting world of big business into your living room. Dun, dun, dun. So you have these fake companies and you're trying to expand all over the world. Components don't look that great. I wonder why it's rated so low. Let's take a look at some of the comments. Well, this person gave it a 10. If you're in the business of taking over those games, a must. They're saying it's better than Monopoly. It's like thermonuclear war. The ratings aren't actually that bad. Yeah. Maybe it's one worth trying at some point. Kids on Stage from 1988. I played a new one. It's Charades for Kids. That's right. It shows you what to do, and then they act it out. And I know why I gave it a really bad review, because it's a spin and move, and the components are bad, and the component quality, it's like basically they didn't try. And I don't like that. Charades for Kids, not a bad idea. This, though, not a good idea. Little Dungeon Turtle Rock, a dungeon crawling game for kids. Okay. Oh, I don't hate the way the cards. Maybe, I don't know. Now the box looks fine. That's a great picture. That's a good picture. Okay. Yeah, it's unfortunate I don't know much more about this one. Supersonic Bionic, LLC. It seems like this might be their only game, but let's see. Yep. Nope, they have 2 games. What's the other one? Little Dungeon Maximus. Alrighty, let's continue on. What else might we find here? Zoom Cubes. I'm going to look at that game because it starts with an X. Bam Bam. Hero Card Champion of New Olympia. Don't You Forget It. Sudden Death. Grand Army. Zombie Island. I want to look at some of these. Let's take a look at Parayazi and Futuristico and Robin Hood. All right, here we go. So first, Zoom Cubes. Starts with an X. The fast, exciting word game is easy to learn, quick to play, and fun for all, which is pretty much almost every game in the database. Build a 5-letter word. Spell the name of someone in the room. Oh, okay, so there's... I do like these dice a lot. They look really neat. Looks like there's 2 sets with different dice. 2 sets. For a moment there, I thought the second set was like the first set run through a colorblind filter. 56 dice. It's not a... It would be a neat thing to... I like how the dice look, but it must not be that great of a game. Hero Card Champion New Olympia. This is in the Hero Card series. So the Hero Card series has 4 different games, and you could mix and match. You could take a deck from Hero Card and use it in the other ones where I believe we have samurai, alien, spaceships, and horror. Those are the 4 themes. I think we've probably already crossed one of them at least. I did not think these were bad. The game itself, each game was not fantastic. The Hero Card one itself was not an amazing game. It's kind of a pretty basic one. And this superhero thing back in 2006 was something that might work better. Nowadays, you have to kind of step up your game and have a superhero thing. This one did not just get a lot of positive buzz. Parayazi, score like never before. It introduced a new power die. You can score double, triple points, and maybe a 4th roll. That's it. So it's Yahtzee plus an extra power die. Looking here, it looks like you have the same. The score sheet looks very similar. Oh, first Yahtzee, second Yahtzee, third Yahtzee. Yeah, so I guess it's just that you have that extra die. No? Okay. I'd play it. I think Yahtzee's an underrated game. Inquisitio. This takes place in the year 1609 in Logroño, northern Spain. The Spanish Inquisition says you're a suspect. Oh. You try to balance between enduring the horrors of brutal interrogations and not confessing to too many crimes of witchcraft. That's a dark theme. Yeah, I could see that's not very good graphic design either, but wow. So this is the Inquisition. What do the comments say? It's a dark theme. Wow. The images are ugly and sad. I agree. It's a dark and shameful part of human history. Played it once, it didn't work well. The theme is cruel. Yeah, okay. Weird. Robin Hood. Robin Hood's merry men are trying to capture as much treasure as possible. Each player wants to be that. Tuck away the treasures. This is from Amigo. So it's a simple little card game. There's a lot of games called Robin Hood. I wonder if the designer Klaus Palash, if he's designed anything else. Oh, Stick'em. This is the guy who did Stick'em, a game I'm not a big fan of, but a lot of people are. You can see it's in the top 1,000. Ka-Ching, which is a game I like. Hat-Trick, which is fine. So, all right, cool. Well, maybe this one will be fun too. Alrighty, let's continue on here. Ovo is a game I gave a 6 to. And we'll continue down here. Smiley Face, I gave a 6.5 to. I want to talk about that one briefly. This Parayazi, that's 220 people have rated that one. Point Blank, Star Wars Rule the Galaxy. I always like to take a look at Star Wars games. Ovo. Oh, this is like a memory match style game. So when you start, you can see which eggs are which, but as the game goes by, you have to remember which ones are yours. So there's a bit of a memory and abstract strategy game. Has some nice eggs in it. Very simple. It's okay. Smiley Face has really bad components. It was originally from Fantasy Flight Games. It has this emoji feeling. This was actually, yeah, I see that they remade it as emoticon, but originally it was called Smiley Face because we didn't always call these things emojis. And it's a trick-taking style game where you can kind of jump in or not. There's negotiation. It's really weird. And I gave it a 6.5 because I like the game. I don't love it, but I like it. The components bring it down. It looks like a game people will not touch or play. But if you find this at like a thrift store or something, it's definitely worth checking, especially if you like kind of chaotic, mean trick-taking games. Pirate Attack. This is from Gecko. Wow, 227 ratings. That's a lot. Not many pictures. You're building a pirate ship and attacking other people. The artwork's not great. Huh. I'm very curious. It's a kid's game. Okay, so it's a deck builder for beginners. Huh. It was re-implemented by Diamaniac, which looks like the same thing, but with witches, and which also has 100 ratings, and that one's ranked much lower. We'll get to that one later on. Point Blank from 1979. Well, definitely has a 1979 look to it. Wait, I love this. What is this? What? What are you? I'll beat you at this game, youngin'. 2 players, 6x6 grid. You put arrows that can go in any direction. Each piece gets placed into space indicated by the preceding piece. The object game is the last person to be able to move. Oh, so essentially this is really slow Tron. Okay. That's kind of fascinating, but all right. Star Wars Rule the Galaxy. This is from Treffle 2015. Those aren't bad-looking cards, actually. This was made after Episode 7 came out. I'm assuming this is only overseas. You're controlling the rebel forces. Huh. I've never heard of this one. Very few ratings, actually. Good semi-co-op. Ooh, semi-co-op. Not balanced. That's it, though. Huh. Maybe this is one to hunt down if you're trying to buy someone a gift that's unique and different. All right, we didn't playtest this pasted on theme at all. Has 118. Canopy Walk. I gave that one a 4. Black Hole has 98 ratings. Kingdom Hearts TCG. We got to take a look at that one. And Seen It Music and Dragon Whisperer. All right, we didn't playtest this all. We didn't playtest this pasted on theme at all. This adds theme. So there's a game called We Didn't Playtest This at all. I've never played it because I like to play games that are playtested. It's just a crazy game, I guess, in general. Yeah, this is kind of weird stuff. I don't get this. It adds theme. This is not a game I'm interested in at all, but I know some people really like it. Canopy Walk. This is a game in which you are building canopies across the forest, which looks really cool here. And the canopies themselves, but the game had There's so much weird scoring in this. It's not easy to place a tile. You draw a tile, like, where am I even supposed to be able to play this tile? It felt very restrictive. The idea was cooler than the actual game, which is unfortunate. Black Hole from 1978. It's another mini-gaming, micro-gaming, 2 space cartels battle. Now that is a bad-looking board. But I can see the game cost $2.95, so you can't really complain about that. Some pieces, some rules, and the game. Kingdom Hearts TCG. This was from Fantasy Flight Games? Huh. I did not know that. This one almost seems worth getting if you know someone who likes Disney, because they would have fun with it. Huh. I think I remember seeing this in the stores when it came out, 2006, but I never played it. The homepage? I wonder if this homepage still works. Nope. All right. Seen it, music. It's about music. First video on MTV. And a bunch of musicians there on the cover. Dragon Whisperer. This is from Albino Dragon. This is from Richard Borg. Now, I like Richard Borg's games a lot. This one I did not care for. It's a trick-taking game, and it just had game-changing effects, and Dragon Rage, it just did not work. The quality was okay. The artwork is good, but it just did not work as a game. I didn't feel like it was play-tested enough. All right, let's continue on here. We got Pro Golf, Hungry as a Bear, The Great Brain Robbery, which has 561 ratings, Bad Maps, and Party & Co., and Futuristico, and Nosy Neighbor card game. Well, there's a lot of games to look at here. Let's take a look at Pro Golf. This is from Avalon Hill. Statistical simulation of PGA golf. Length of the first putt, A, B, C, D. Whew. You want to play golf with a lot of rules, this is probably the game for you. I do like that you flip through the book and then it tells you what happens. You look at charts and stuff. I get it. This is the kind of game that I would have loved at a certain point in my life. I'm not a big golfer, but I think the idea of playing golf as a board game works. Hungry as a Bear. This is a little kids game. My first game, and you're taking the food and shoving it in the bear's mouth. Good for little kids, really little kids. The Great Brain Robbery. Now, this is from James Ernest from Cheap Ass Games. This is one I've never played. You got to provide your own pieces for the game. They just give you the cards and stuff. However, it must not be that good of a game. Lots of fun. The ending's problematic. The zombies robbing a train, a big brawl in the engine, someone failed a dice roll, a roll and move zombie game, rough and ready, lingering distaste. Okay, the end game. So a lot of people are saying the end game's not good. Bad Maps. Now, this game came out last year from Floodgate Games. This did not get a lot of buzz. I've actually not played it. I wanted to. I think Sam played it from us. I don't like the art on the cover actually that much. But the idea is that you have a map and trying to find treasure, but other people are giving you bad instructions. The concept sounded neat. I remember when I was on Kickstarter, I was certainly interested in it. But I haven't heard anything about it since. I was just thinking about this one the other day. Party & Co. It's re-implemented by Party & Co., the card game, which has 1 rating. 5 different games. Okay, so each game has to be done different. Charades, drawing, trivia, lip spreading. Oh, lip reading. Lip spreading. Okay. There's Party & Co. Disney. So this is very similar to many of these games that just mix up a bunch of different party things together. All right. Futuristico. It's like Risk, but you can produce units. There's different types of units. Land, sea, and air units. Oh, man, that looks cool, that board. Is there a bigger picture? Man, I want to get a copy of this just to get all these pieces. I like those little jets, submarines. That looks fun. I mean, I'm sure the game is not great, but I do like all those little plastic pieces there. That's kind of cool. Huh. Alrighty, that's Futuristico. Nosy Neighbor, the card game. This is from Milton Bradley. This is a classic looking game. When did this game come out? 1981. Doesn't look like a 1981 game. It looks like earlier than that, but it is almost the 70s. You know, this style of art isn't done much today. I don't dislike that style of art. So, Nosy Neighbor card game. You have 7 people. You have to get rid of your cards. You put them face down, and you call them out, and you can just call people's bluff. Well, that sounds like a game I would play. It doesn't sound that bad. Just a bluffing game. Opa, oma, pa, ma. Alrighty, let's continue on our trip. Women vs. Men alias. That sounds great. Gold Thief. This game's just called Gambler. This one's just called Mine. What do you think? Is it about something that's mine or about mining? Ice Cult. Jumpin' Jack Flash. Tetris, the board game. Doom Julafoon. Monkey Butt, which I gave a 3 to. Pooch. And Tour. And Topminos. That's a lot of games. Here we go. Let's go through as quickly as we can. Women versus men alias. You need to know what the opposite sex thinks. No. These kind of games never work out well. Gold Thief does not have very good components. I don't like this artwork at all. Looks like a Take That style game. Blech. Gambler, 1975. Ooh, I love how that box looks. I like those dice in the middle of the board. I just like how this game looks. It has a strong nostalgia for me. A unique dice shaker that randomized dice has them fall in the handle. So you bet on the order they fall in. I want this device. Like a lot. That's neat. But the game itself probably isn't good. But I want that device. Mine. It's about mining and building mines. This is from Winsome Games. So that's probably one of the reasons it's just they make low quality stuff. Components. Ice Cult. This is from 2016. An eye-catching brain teaser for 4 tacticians. 4 transparent cubes. You rotate them. And then you can move the corresponding pieces. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder why it's called Ice Cult. That looks neat. Who's the company? Zoc for Lag. I never heard of this one. It's gotten so few ratings and comments. No theme. King-making. All right. Jumpin'. Ooh, 1964. There's another 3M game into 3M boxes. Looks like a very, very straightforward abstract strategy game. There's the cover. These games all have a very distinctive look, the 3M games. 12 metal pawns, and it's basically Chinese checkers, 2 players. No way, I'm not interested in that at all. Tetris, this is from 1989. Trying to capitalize on the Tetris craze that was going on back then. Components look cool. But probably at this point in time, I would imagine people would say, why would we play this instead of just playing Tetris? This game has 259 ratings. Too much German text to be useful to non-gamers. You mean non-German speakers? Oh, well, I guess I'll never know. But this game is ranked pretty lowly, so it's probably not that good of a card game anyway. Monkey Butt, casual game. Don't be the last player with cards in your hands. It's too much of a Take That style game. I remember it very specifically. Not a good game. Pooch, this is from Queen Games, a politically unstable arena. You're trying to get as many political groups on your side as possible. I kind of like the artwork. So let's take a look at the comments, see why people don't like it. Seemed more fun than it was. Grinding. It didn't play through the game. It's flawed mechanically. Fiddly and hard to play. It's like Junta the theme. Massive player aids. Okay, so a lot of rules and stuff. Oh well. Tour, a soccer game. This re-implements Finale. Finale, we talked about this one already, a soccer style game. Same thing, card game. And you're placing them out, connecting the soccer balls because that's how soccer games work. And finally, Topminos, a 3x3 thing, and you're trying to stack tiles and score the visible points. Well, I really like how this one looks already. That looks fun. Maybe it's not a great game, but it looks neat. I like the clear tiles on it. Very few ratings on this one. Better than Dominoes. Well, if I ever come across a copy of this, I'll have to give it a whirl. Looks interesting. Well, that's why we do this, to find interesting games. Hopefully you saw something that you found interesting. Maybe there's something that you found interesting and I didn't mention. If that's the case, let me know. But until next time, I'm Tom Vassell, and you've been watching 10,000 and Below on the Dice Tower.